One, two, three. One, everybody. Mom and Dad talk. Our favorite two people are Mom and Dad. How you doing, Mom and Dad?
Okay, how are you doing?
A little tired. Hey, Hantie, we got Hantie. Hey, everybody, we got Hantie. Um, you know, these things are always interesting, but if you haven't seen it, we're not going to show it. But Sean Diddy Combs was allegedly seen physically assaulting his former girlfriend Cassie Ventura in 2016 hotel surveillance video. CNN did post it out. If you have a chance, CNN has shown it's quite disturbing. P Diddy, the man in films, supposed to be P Diddy. He comes out that looks like him, and his girlfriend, whatever, walking out with some stuff, and he comes out with a towel and strikes her and knocks her down, takes the stuff and then kicks her while she's down, and then tries to pull her and then drops her and then goes back into the room. So, well, first of all, a man should never strike a woman.
That is so true.
I agree.
And um that to me, that's just every time I see a man striking a woman, it's very disturbing. Whether it's a cop, whether it's someone else, it just bothers me. And I've been raised, dad, and my mom and Hantie. I just, you just don't go up striking women or hitting on women like that. So, you guys saw the video or parts of it. What do you guys think?
I thought it was horrible. My only question is, why did it take so long for them to release the video? That is the question. To me, that's assault and battery.
Yeah.
Period. He should have been arrested, and and I'm sure there's a reason why it was kept quiet. I don't know if money has been exchanged or something, but it was horrible. And P. Diddy, he has his problems.
Being a female, what Hantie and Mom, what do you all think about this? Seeing a woman get physically assaulted like a man like that. What are your thoughts?
To me, it shows that a man doesn't have a respect for the weaker gender, and he thinks that maybe he's trying to prove his strength of what he's doing to her, that he's all that and she's not this and that. So I just think that it definitely, I don't agree on a man ever harming a female because she is the weaker gender. A woman is not as strong as a man, and she cannot defend herself like a man to a man. So I'm totally against what he did, and he was totally in the wrong. And when it happened, they should not have waited 8 years to show this video. To me, it shows that maybe they're showing that it doesn't matter for a black woman to get beat up by anybody. That's my observation.
And sometimes as a man, you have to take the higher ground and just leave, get out of the situation. Temper is something that a lot of people haven't had the victory over. And when you feel your blood pressure going up and your heart start beating fast, that's the time to take the high road and leave the situation.
Yeah, I mean, what do you Hantie on that? I know you were quite disturbed. What were your thoughts on that as a female?
Well, it really helps to hear from another man's point of view, and it shows that men of yesteryear, and I would call Dell a man of yesteryear. He was raised not to do that. When did it become okay? So you make a lot of money. Is that your license to treat a woman that way? And the questions. If I had anything to say about it, I'm like, had they been drinking and they were not fully. They didn't have all of their senses about them, especially her. And was she running away? uh, there was, you know, I don't think that just a video gives us enough to, if we had anything to say about it. I mean, it's been so long now. I hope she's still alive.
I believe she is.
Uh-huh. Um, did she not want to press charges, or, you know, money makes you do a whole lot of crazy things, as you can see in the world today. But there's no, to me, there's no excuse for
it. You know, and you know, you hear people, they try to make excuses, especially men. They made me angry. They stepped over the line, and she's a female still, guys. And I know that we're living in a crazy world with bender, whatever you want to call it, gender bending or whatever they're saying, that, you know, women can act like dudes and be better. I mean, at the end of the day, it's still a female, it's still a woman. And we're biblical here, you know, we're Christian in orient and how we look at stuff and everything like that. I just believe you should treat a woman with respect. And you know, the Bible says, be sure your sins will find you out. God does not mock, whatever you sow, you're going to reap. So, you know, even though you have enough money or whatever happened here, because the other question is why did it take so long
So
for this
long.
video to be released?
You mean take so long from the time that it happened up until now?
This happened in 2016 on the hotel surveillance video.
That's correct.
This is not in his home. This is in an open place with the surveillance video, hotel surveillance video. And why is it coming out now?
Well, it could mean that when the video, who showing the video, it may have meant that these are two black people. It doesn't matter. They're doing whatever to eat. He's doing whatever to the woman. And it could be a racial story. They just don't care about what race you are being beat up. Maybe if it was two different races that were, let's say that it could have been a Caucasian woman that was getting beat up, it would have come into the news a lot sooner than it did for 8 years. I'm thinking
you have a point. I mean, because with the actor, you know, he was running away from the woman, and that's what the video showed. Because she was mad because he was, you know, whatever, talking to somebody, whatever. And she was striking him, but yet still he lost his whole Disney and everything. He lost basically his whole career over non-surveillance. And there is a point with that, you know. Was it because she's black it took so long?
that's what I'm looking at. I'm going that direction. Regard, maybe by taking so long, it doesn't matter. She's black, he's black. Who cares? You know.
And then that shows the value of black women here in the United States.
Well, I'm just saying, race could have played a part in it as far as, you know, both of them being the same race. So if she had been a different race than a Caucasian, it would have come out sooner than 8 years.
Hantie, you have your hand up.
Yeah. Or do you think that it has anything to do with today's news?
That's right.
Yeah.
I mean, I have chosen to decide that media is not all that kind.
Correct.
And you have to pick and choose what you're going to embrace in your life. And if this is their way of saying, you know, we treat them better, at least we pay them. He, you know,
there's a lot of different undertones in this. Like I said, this happened in 2016. This is 2024, almost. This is 8 years ago, folks.
Right.
And we're just now seeing this.
My life was so different 8 years ago. My goodness.
And you know, this is just one video. I know he has a lot of other problems too that other people are talking about. But you know, it's very disturbing. So, you know, there's a lot of questions. First of all, like I said, first of all, a man striking a woman, you know, I know someone will say there was an instance someone has a gun or something like that or a knife, but most reasons I just don't think a man should strike a woman, especially in that case. There was no reason to strike her.
No.
You can just grab your bags or something like that from you're strong enough to do it and take it back. You don't need to hit her and knock her down. If she, like there's a lot of questions on that, but it's very
It kind
disturbing.
of lets us know what his mentality is.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's stooping real low.
Yeah.
And violence is not exclusive to one race or another. We have violent Black people, violent Caucasian people, violent Hispanics.
Mm-hmm.
Something that is a mental issue more than a race issue.
Mm-hmm.
And to beat a woman, whether she's white, whatever ethnic value she is, that is a really mental problem.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because in my opinion, you should never lay your hands upon a woman.
Mm-hmm.
Period.
Yeah.
But then, maybe he did not have a father to advise him or to tell him you shouldn't treat women that way.
And there is a lot of mental thing where when there's a single mother in the home where guys get like, where's my dad at, or mad at their dad, and they're angry all the time. Charles Barkley talked about being angry at his father, and fathers, if you're out there, fight hard for your children regardless of the situation. Be a dad, because the children need to see their fathers, even if the mother is a pain in the behind. Do everything you can to try to get that child, because at the end of the day, that child's going to grow up. And the reality is, they say that children are more successful being raised by their fathers. Dads, be active. Don't give up.
Mm-hmm.
Don't care what it is. Fight for your child. Man up. They didn't ask to be here. So, my thing is that dads, because you got a lot of this anger going around here, and it's misplaced, and it's in all races and all kinds of things. And like I said, hopefully we can put an end to this. These kind of surveillance videos, I mean, it's almost like an epidemic. I mean, the reality is that in the pandemic, we have to find the number, but a lot of domestic violence was up. So a lot of people don't know how to work with each other in close spaces. Folk, we got to show some more love to one another. I know that a lot of people don't like folk for the color of their skin and all this other stuff. Get over it. Especially if you're a Christian, you got to get over it when you get to the kingdom. You got to look at people for the content of the character, and even so, you're supposed to love your enemies.
And also, the other thought that I had too, with surveillance cameras being everywhere you go, nobody can get away with doing harm to anyone with the modern technology. So my take on that is, be kind to everyone you come in contact with. Don't ever show any anger or anything, because you never know who's taking that shot of you acting out what shouldn't be acting out doing.
Well, Mom, I guess that's it. That's well said.
Well said.
Whether you're dark or light, folks, just know how to behave. Anyway, till next time, we'll see you on Mom and Dad Talks. Bye, everyone.
Goodbye.